So I thought I'd do a very quick review of a game that I played earlier this year. It's a fairly old one in the state of things, but I have only just got around to it. Originally it was released on PS4, but when it finally came out on Xbox, I was able to play it. It's Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, a well thought of and highly praised game. To be honest, all of the praise is well deserved. This game is beautiful and heartbreaking all at once, and it was one of those games that will stay with me for a very long time, and I am also very excited for the next game to come out now. I'm not 100% sure whether we'll go through it with it or how the game will feature into the rest of the story, but I think it is going to be well worth the wait. Also, there are going to be some minor spoilers ahead, but seeing as the game has been out for a couple of years and it's now, I may just be really late to the party. But what a party it is! So let's start with the story, shall we? You play as Senua, a young woman of the Pictish tribe from the Orkney Islands in the UK. After a year-long exile into the wilds trying to fight the darkness, she returns to find that her tribe has been destroyed and her lover killed in the most gruesome of way. After finding a survivor, an escaped slave by the name of Druth, she thinks she discovers a way to get her lover back by travelling to Hell and offering up a sacrifice to the goddess Hell. You really feel for Senua through the whole game, as you are surely shown her life, her history, and how she came to be here. She's a truly troubled woman who will do anything to get back what she has lost. What isn't truly made clear, unless you watch the included documentary with the newer versions of the game, and I do not recommend that you watch it until you finish the game, is that this is all in Senua's head. It's a dream quest, a mix of what is actually happening and what she thinks is going on. The writers do a wonderful job of blurring the lines between mental illness and what the ancients would have called gifts, or in extreme cases, curses. The voices in Senua's head do seemingly have the ability to help and hinder her. They can show her the way, warn her there are enemies that you can't see, and even point out plot or puzzle points. They can also be very detrimental to her, laughing at her and crying or screaming out randomly. Are they the voices from the gods, extra souls, or are they just her undiagnosed mental illness plaguing her in each and every turn? You can really tell that a lot of the development went into this game to get that area just right. Is it real? Is it not? Also, as a fan of ASMR, it is wonderful to find out that they did in fact use a ASMR microphone to make the sounds for this game. Binaural voices for the win. Also, if it hasn't been mentioned, play this game with headphones. It does definitely improve the gameplay. The sound design also plays very well with the visual design of the game as well. Sound helps to build the ambience and fear in certain areas, such as sections where Senua is blind and must be guided by her lover Dillian. The mental health of Senua also plays into the visuals, simply because her mental state dictates the game design follows. It's beautiful, eerie, sad, scary, and at some points upliftingly beautiful. There is always a lingering melancholy I found throughout this entire thing, but it's just stunning to play and to watch. I think the only area I felt let down was the gameplay, and if I'm not honest, it's not even that much of a down point. It's fairly easy to pick up and grasp, but there are no prompts, no tutorials, and sometimes it just flat out lets you die. This made it difficult in the beginning and meant I missed some key parts of the game that I really should have found in the beginning. Still, I find that this is only a minor gripe on my part, as it's such a wonderful game. The final part of the gameplay that is supposed to be terrifying, but really didn't bother me in the end, was the creeping darkness. Early in the game, something happens to our lovely lead lady that infects her arm with some illness. As you die, or even as the game just progresses, the darkness flows through the veins of Senua's arm, and if it ever reaches her head, the game completely resets itself and removes any and all of your save history, and you must start all over again. Like I said, this didn't bother me too much, as I didn't die more than once through my whole playthrough, and even that was towards the end of the game. Obviously there was always a slight lingering fear that I would fail, but as I got through the game it became something less to worry about for me. Mileage may vary depending on your playstyle, but sometimes you just have to stop and think about what you are doing, observe your surroundings, and you are just fine. Other times you really had to trust your instincts and go. Some people may find this easier to grasp and others not so much. Overall, I really adore this game. It's been lovingly researched and crafted to give a very nuanced view of mental illness and history as a whole, and I really think that this should be in everyone's playlist at some point in their lives. It is just that good.